The following
DSP tries it.
has been paid for by the
Kojima World Order. Have I ever in the history of me being on YouTube begged people for donations, begged for money, begged for anything? That's not the kind of person I am. And actually, since I started making money on YouTube, I actually literally said to everyone, I am not accepting monetary donations, because there were people who were attempting to send me money and stuff, because previously when I wasn't making money off of this, I was accepting that for the cost of buying games and stuff, because this was my hobby. But since it became my occupation, I said, no, everything is a tax write-off. I don't need money, I don't want that. That's ridiculous that I would have people be sending me money and stuff, and I'm still not asking for that. And I would actually morally feel bad if that were the case, if I were to have to do stuff like that. And I really hope that I never will, okay?
Fact, okay? But one thing that's definitely coming this month in particular, by the end of the month, I talked about this last Hate Live, and I want to talk about it again right now, is Patreon. And so you might be saying to yourself, oh, Phil talked about this. How's he going to do it? How's he going to implement it? I talked about this previously. What Patreon is, patreon.com. It's a website where a content creator like myself can set up an account and say, listen, this is a way for you to basically support myself in my efforts to continuously put out the content that I do on a daily basis. So rather than just saying, oh, Phil has a PayPal account, I'm going to try to send him several $100s. No, this is an agreement that I'm going to continue to make ongoing content for you, and that you are going to basically try to go the extra mile to support me doing that. Financially, basically. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. That's what it is. So there'll be a minimum amount that you could donate a month, and you'll become a Patreon. And then, of course, people who want to do more than that will be able to do that as well. How does it work? Well, basically, I am going to do something special for those who become Patreon supporters. However, I want to make this very clear, and I did last time, and I'll do it again, that I'm not going to be doing any kind of content that is paywall blocked. So there will never be a piece of content that only Patreon members will see. What it means is that Patreon members may get advanced access to certain content, such as maybe an exclusive stream that I do for Patreon members, or something like that, all right? I don't want to ever say, because you can't afford to financially toss some money my way to help me keep doing this the way that I want to do it, that you don't get content. That's ridiculous. Everyone should get the content for free like it always has been. The difference here is that, unfortunately, this past year when I did move to the state of Washington, I lost a chunk of my viewing audience for whatever reason. I don't know if it was because they didn't want to wait 2 to 3 weeks for me to move. I don't know if something pissed people off. And the bottom line is there's no reason to even dwell on it or worry about it, because I'm moving forward positively and I'm doing what I'm doing. And, I have to at least find a way to make up for that in order to continue doing what I'm doing and to pay my bills. Unfortunately, like I said, the move is really what's holding me back right now, is the fact that I have a bunch of debt racked up from moving to the state of Washington. Now, within a certain period of time, I should be able to get paid off. But right now, I can't take a huge, dip in income because of this happening. And there's been people who for years have said, Phil, why don't you accept donations? And I said, because in good conscience, I couldn't accept donations when I'm making a decent amount of money doing this on YouTube. And the bottom line is that this year there was a big decline, and I need to make up for that, and that's why we're doing Patreon, okay? So it's going to go live this month. Why haven't I done it already? There's a couple reasons. Number one, because I was more focused on just getting to this new year, working on the year-end series, and getting the website up, because all that stuff was kind of lingering, and I wanted to get that out of the way before I moved on to the next big hurdle. That was number one. Number two, because there is an idiot on there who's impersonating me and thinks it's funny to say nasty things about me and make a fake account, which, by the way, violates Patreon's terms of service. The problem is I don't know what's going on, because both myself and multiple people have sent notices to Patreon saying, please take down this falsified Dark Side Phil channel, because it's not legit. It even says right on it, it's a parody channel, which is against the terms of service of Patreon, and they still didn't take it down. It's been like over 3 weeks, they still didn't do it. So I don't know if they're just being lazy about it. I don't know if they don't read their inbox. I don't know if they've been gone for the holidays. You would think if you operate a legitimate business, they would take down accounts that say in big letters, parody account at the top, but they haven't done it yet. Once it's down, then I can set up my account, a real account, and we can start to have a dialogue about what kind of stuff would you like to see if you are a Patreon, right? If you're a patron of my arts,
you serious?
Would say you're a patron who wants to see me continue creating the content that I create. What would you want to get in advance? Would it be an exclusive stream once a month, maybe, that I do where we talk about certain things or I address certain topics? Would it be gameplay? Would you want to see some gameplay? Maybe a game that normally I wouldn't have played, and you want to see me play it, in advance. You know what I mean? An exclusive stream, and then I upload it later on in the week for everyone else. We'll have to see. All right, we'll have to see. And it's going to be dependent on you. And that's another reason why I waited to do this, is because now that I have the forums, I can actually get legit feedback about it, rather than me talking about it on a video like this, and then a bunch of negative people all leaving nasty comments, rather than a legitimate conversation about it. On a forum, we can actually control that environment. We can have people have an intelligent conversation, especially for those who are interested in doing it, okay? Okay. So, that's the bottom line. That's what's going on right now. And I just want to let you know that that's coming. I don't have a date for you yet, because I want to get that parody bullshit account off the website before I consider doing it legitimately. And I know it sucks, because I'm sure Patreon would love to have me on there right away, but they're dragging their own feet. So as soon as they decide to actually do their due diligence and take down this erroneous page, then I will actually jump on there, make my own account, start setting it up properly, and go from there. Okay? Excuse me.